Hey everybody, this is David Bui here, and welcome to another edition of Hometown PTBO. We're here at Joe's Gym here in East City, and here I have with me the owner, Joe Dawson. Joe, thank you so much for having me here.
Thanks for coming out. Appreciate it.
Of course, man. So you're just fresh off another MMA fight, and you got a win on that one there. Why don't you walk me through that whole entire experience that you had just not too long ago?
Okay, so yeah, the preparation went really well. I wore many hats in the preparation for it. I handled my own strength and conditioning, my nutrition and my weight cut. I handled all my striking and all my wrestling. And then I went to 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu here in Peterborough, and that's where they handled my grappling and my jiu-jitsu for the fight. So yeah, and I was my own manager for the fight. So it was nice this fight was really a validation for my ability in all those fields. And I'm also really thankful to 10th Planet for helping me with the jiu-jitsu side of things. But yeah, once my entrance music hit, it was like a switch flipped, and then I just kind of went into like athlete, competitor, like fighter mode. And then just went out there and performed. Had a lot of fun in there. Was really excited, like especially once the fight started. Like no nerves, no fear, or anything. It was just it was a lot of fun. I kept it on the feet, and it basically played out how I wanted it to. I was a little bit excited, so it was a little bit sloppier than I liked, but just basically landed some hard punches and put them away with strikes.
You know, we look at your hand, you kind of got a bit of a casualty there.
Yeah.
You know, a little bit hurt there. Would you say that even though you won it and you hurt your right arm, or your right hand rather, would you say it was worth it?
Oh yeah. Yeah, it was worth it. It was really exciting. It was really entertaining to the fans, to the crowd, which is something like going in, I'm thinking more of like just like the competitive like sport aspect. But the entertainment aspect was really fun. I really enjoyed that. I love getting out there and entertaining. It was probably the most entertaining fight of the night. That's what a lot of people told me. It was the fastest finish. I stopped them with punches in 84 seconds. Wow. So it was, it was good. It was exciting. Everyone loved it, and I was really happy with the result.
Well, I mean, your entire family has had a history of being involved in combat sports. I remember you from a long, long time ago in a past life where I was a professional wrestler and you were a professional wrestling referee.
I was, yeah.
Your dad was a wrestling promoter for it. He was one of the men who kind of gave me one of my first few chances. So shout out to your dad for helping us out with that. So with your dad being involved with pro wrestling, and so with you in a sense, you know, how does that kind of help you along the way throughout your career, knowing that you've been involved with combat sports practically your entire adult life?
Well, definitely, I think like the entertainment piece, like I had that from being involved in pro wrestling from a young age. Like I like entertaining the crowd. I've always gotten a lot out of that. So I think that kind of came up again with this, and that also plays into the like kind of lack of nerves. Like I'm comfortable in front of a crowd. I've been competing in front of a crowd. I've been performing in front of a crowd with the pro wrestling. So I'm used to that. That's kind of like coming up in combat sport is what led me to this point. Like this fight was really a culmination of all the freestyle wrestling I did, all the amateur boxing bouts, the amateur MMA bouts I did growing up, and then it kind of all led and prepared me for this moment.
Now we're inside your own gym. Yep. You own this place. This is yours, your space, and you do a lot of lessons around here, and a lot of people can work out here. Tell me more about what your gym does.
So I kind of offer a lot of different things here. Like I have just general fitness training like you would find at a commercial gym, like with the weights and everything that I've got back there. So if someone wants to come in and just want to learn how to get fit, I have that. If someone wants to learn kind of more in like a strength conditioning for like an athletic goal, I have that. I offer that service as well. But mostly my clients are combat sport oriented. So like I have a cardio kickboxing class, which is just where you learn kickboxing and you work out on the bag, but there's no like sparring or competitive aspect. I have a women's self-defense program. I have an MMA program, so that's just kind of like learning the basics of mixed martial arts and kind of putting it all together. And then I also coach and teach freestyle wrestlers as well. So like local high school wrestlers will come out to me, and then they do their private lessons or like small group lessons with me in addition to wrestling for schools. So just a lot of different, I've had a lot of goals, like different, like people coming in with different goals over the years, different ability levels as well. I actually got an award as the accessibility champion a few years ago, like before the pandemic, because I've worked with so many people with different disabilities, like people who are wheelchair bound, Parkinson's. I actually had a blind boxing client once. So it's been really interesting to have people of all different abilities come in, different goals like law enforcement. Sometimes people come in with specific things, like they're a striker and they want to learn how to stop takedowns, or they're a wrestler and they want to learn how to strike, or some kind of goal like that.
Yeah, so you really teach a wide variety of combat sports here, just wrestling, MMA, kickboxing, and as you said, women's self-defense there. So definitely something for everybody here who wants to get into some kind of combat sport.
Yeah, and the one advantage I would say is that it's a smaller, like you can see, it's not a huge space here. So the biggest of a group that I would have here is 6 people. And then so I offer one-on-one, I offer pairs, and then groups of 3 to 6. So it's a lot of one-on-one attention, so you learn more at a quicker rate, as opposed to being in a large group where you don't get as much kind of individualized attention.
Got it. Well, I wish you the best of success here with your business here, and I'm glad that you've been able to keep yourself well throughout the year since we first touched on each other about like 14, 15 years ago. Yeah. And hoping for a speedy recovery on your hand there, and hopefully you can get back in the octagon again and get back to your MMA.
Awesome. Thank you.
Hey man, thanks a lot for having me here, man. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for watching, everyone. Thank you for watching Hometown PTBO, brought to you by CIBC, Pile Wealth Advisory.